I've got a temperature reading thing here because today I've been trying problems on my temperatures of my laptop, so either way, we're gonna keep on going with the guides. I'm pretty sure I only did Archimedes yesterday. Before yesterday. This Saturday I only did Archimedes. And that went well, in my opinion. I think. Yeah, that went well. I had done progresses of 5 at a time, and that one day I do only Archimedes. Well, technically I also corrected Blackheart to playing Lancelot, Emiya, or Nameless, and just my overall feeling about every character in the game. Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on goddamn frame up there today. On the top left, trying to like, boy. This game might not actually like Steam Overlay, but I don't know if it did or not. No. I want. Browser, is it? High contrast color, please. Thank you. There we go. Can actually see the frame rate now much better. Anyways, Mr. Iskandar today. It's your turn to be judged. Time for judge, jury, execution. Don't mind me. I'm just doing something real quick. If you see a cable in the middle, it's because it's going over my camera. I had to take a little bit of a roundabout route there. Either way, okay, my actual thing is actually starting to work. Anyways, Iskandaru, our boy Iskandar turn. So he gonna be interesting to explain. I guess interesting is not really the word. Is it the word? It might be. You know what? Yeah. So our badass from the badass from Fate Zero, my opinion, at least, who. Master, okay, you're hungry. Yeah, we get it. Master. Want food. Master. Really? You two don't have anything to talk about? I'm actually disappointed now. God damn it, I am actually disappointed here. God damn my life. Either way. God damn, that sucks. Come on. Okay, but no matter. So today we're gonna have good old Iskandar's guide to Misfitville. I'm not even. Okay, I can still. This, you can actually see me. Hi! This, look, my chair is not exactly one of those comfortable chairs, gaming chairs, kinda wish I had one. So, we'll make do. I love this running animation. This is running animation while being in skin. I probably have them without any install skills, which I feel a little sluggish to me. This is what I get. I use reduced earth so much that at this point, if I don't have reduced earth, I basically am just anyways, let's go over his bullshit because that's what we always do on these. Okay, so 1 light, 1 heavy. This is a knock-up, obviously. Every 1 light, 1 heavy is a knock-up. He doesn't jump with it, so I don't think it's as useful as if you jumped with. Either way, you're probably not gonna do this one. Maybe you will. Oh my god, you can actually do this. Well, surprise, surprise. You can actually do that. Okay, 2 light, 1 heavy. That's actually pretty fine. And I think it's actually really fine for a 2 light 1 heavy. Very good. I mean, but everyone will use free light 1 heavy because you can use it twice. The 2 light 1 heavy is good, but the free light 1 heavy, 2 heavies is better. This is ridiculous. Okay, that was just a heavy. This is the heavy by itself, by the way. Not that amazing. Seriously, Lord. You can't even redirect the second heavy. Oh my god. Yeah, no wonder. This is ridiculous. That is way too big of an area of effect for just basic attacks. That is clear galore, man, my man. My peeps, my people, I don't freaking know what to call you guys. Oh, dude, we're going with peeps. Peeps, like, this is, like, ridiculous. Good! Yeah, this is ridiculously good. Explanation probably of why this is so good. The main reasoning being this game's PvP has the drive mechanic, and in PvP at least, drive is ridiculously strong. So characters who have an easier time gathering, you know, drive by killing generic mobs do really well in PvP. And Iskandar has this on basic attacks. Which means he has no absolute trouble at all grabbing drive. Plus, technically this, if I'm not wrong, actually does good damage as well. Can't really actually I can. I do have some data on that. I need to go search it real quick. Give me a solid, give me a minute to have. I have an actual data thing of just all the damage values, baseline damage values, and I can tell you right now how strong that hits. Free light, it hits like it hits very hard actually. Those are very high numbers for. Okay, so it hits hard. So not only is it really good for clear, it hits both of these hit hard. The first one hits for slightly less, very slightly less than the second wave, but it doesn't matter. They still hit like a truck, at least in terms of basic attacks. They hit like a truck. Basic attack wise, not accounting skills. Actually, technically, they hit harder than stun skills. These two attacks hit harder than a stun skill, or I think they hit about as hard as like mini slows, maybe a little less than mini slow. Example of a mini slow would be Jildray's Deep Call or La Black from a sword. Those are two examples of small slows, as I like to call them. Okay, either way, and now 4 lights. I still way too much. It's not amazing. Not really hard. Just don't do the 4th light, just stick with this. This is way too strong. The rest doesn't matter. At all. Just 3 light 1 heavy, 3 light 2 heavy, my bad. Okay, aerials, 2 lights, heavy, you're fine. You actually probably can easily do something like this. Very, very high probability you can actually do that. Anyways, let's start showing off the skills, I guess, because that's what the guides are for. Feeling. Okay, Conqueror's Hooves first. This is his first rider skill. One of his 2 rider skills, I'm pretty sure. You're gonna see a trend here. Now, it looks and seems to control maybe even better than Hippogriff, right? Like, Hippogriff being a really good skill. Actually, it controls better than Hippogriff. There is a slight issue with this skill, though. there's a slight issue. The slight issue is, on contrary to Hippogriff, Bucephalus or Conqueror's Hooves only hits once. Once you hit a person once, either them being damaged or they blocked your attack, your horse in this case, it doesn't matter. It's like they cannot be hit again by Conqueror's Hooves until you know, get out of the horse, wait for the cooldown to come back and hit them again. You know, the usual. So the skill is fine for gaining drive, actually. It's perfectly fine. Actually, I'll be fair, Iskandar's, all of his skills are good for getting drive. I don't think there's one skill on him that's not good for getting drive, none accounting the supportive skills for himself, self-supports. So it doesn't really, it's not really a case for that. But the skill hits hard. Being fair, if you hit someone with this, it will hit hard. The point is, you're probably not going to hit a lot of people with it. And you might, don't get me wrong, you might hit them, but it is an extremely fun skill. I recommend it just for fun. For actual tryharding, no. Due to the weakness it has. Okay, next up, full frontal attack. So that, you see that range, right? It goes further than that. This is a Karnas situation right here with Iskandar as well, where his lightning attack goes further than the actual animation gives you credit for. Completely. It goes further than whatever the animation tells you. Every time. It might seem like it goes from here to here. By that is already big range, but I will tell you it probably goes a bit further, like around here. It's ridiculous. Like, seriously. Okay, animation goes up to here, probably around here. Yeah, it will go a little further. Just warning. The animations of lightning attacks are bullshit. They never show exactly how far it goes. You'll be like, oh, but the animation didn't even reach me, but you know, it still hit you. This skill is great. Short cooldown, does decent damage. That's enough. Decent damage is enough, by the way, and gets you drive like nothing else in this world. Like it gives you a bunch of drive because it goes so far and hits so many enemies. And again, because it has a short cooldown, it's just a really nice skill. Just really good. It does have a problem, but this is all lightning property attacks have that problem, which I just showed you. If there is even a tiny ledge like this tiny ledge, and you hit this thing on the tiny ledge, just like I did, it won't even go anywhere. Like, it will just stay in place. Lightning attacks have this weird bug where there's the tiniest stupid ledge like this, where if you activate it further away, it's fine. But if you activate it right on top of that ledge, your lightning is gonna get screwed immediately. But doesn't matter. Even with this weakness, the strength of this is ridiculously too good. It's ridiculously good still, so I still recommend this skill. Next up, King's Army attack. It's your heavy. Well, nothing much more to it. It's your third heavy. With one extra soldier in the middle. Basically. And maybe a little wider area. This is good. It's still good. It's a really fast skill, and it lets you do something like this. See? It lets you do some dumb thing like that, technically. Or if you want to literally nuke someone to absolute nuke them. If you want to nuke someone to absolute nuke them, there you go. It's really good, actually. It's, again, like full frontal attack, it doesn't do... It's got decently good damage, which is enough. Again, decent good damage is more than enough in this game. Everyone's health is not that high. Actually, I can even tell you. Every character's health is totals up to 15,000 health. These attacks usually do about close to 5,000 damage. These abilities that he does close to that amount of damage. So hit them these abilities 3 times. There, you're dead. It's as simple as that. You don't really need a lot to kill in this game, so it doesn't really matter being super heavy on damage. I mean, it's still nice to have like this super nuking ability, but Iskandar doesn't need it. I'll explain why later. Anyways, next up, Conquer Lightning. So, this is a buff skill. There's not much more to that. It does the usual things that a buff skill does. I cannot confirm, but I think does implement range increase, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. Either way, it has the properties of a buff skill. It gives you priority against people on drive. So, you know, surprise, surprise, it's really good. Since this game's drive is very important. But yeah, that's, you know, Iskandar's first 4 abilities in a nutshell. How good is the buff skill? Really good, as per usual. Buff skills are almost a requirement on just about everybody. Even Kukolan's like buff that nerfs him, his defense is still worth taking because it's a buff skill and gives you priority. Just for the singular reason that it gives you priority. Okay, either way, we're gonna grab the next 3 abilities. And by the way, if you're wondering, I do recommend, until now, the lightning attack, definitely. King's attack, the army rush as well, and the buff skill. I do not recommend Conqueror's Hooves. I mean, I recommend Conqueror's Hooves if you want to have fun. If you want to just try hard, I recommend the other one. Depends on what you want. If you want to have fun, Conqueror's Hooves is 10 billion times more fun to use. That and another skill in this kit. Lightning and the army soldiers is to use. They're fine to use. King's army attack is actually neat because of this bullshit. Because of this, it's actually kind of funny. But lightning is just a very basic skill. Anyways. Now we're going into, you know, more detailed stuff. Or 3 more skills, not more detailed stuff. We're already detailed, I feel. Okay, first up, we got King's Army Throw. So this is like a longer ranged King's Army attack, but it has different properties. It has a few different properties from King's Army attack, obviously. Longer range, but you're also stuck in place for a longer period of time. And that's basically it. Also, I'm pretty sure the damage is, I think, lower? I actually have to check that. But actually, let me check. King's Army Throw, King's Army Attack. No, it's actually higher. It's actually higher than King's Army Attack. Holy moly, I actually didn't expect that. Is that really? Really? Wow. Okay. I still recommend King's Army Attack for how speedy it is, but being fair, this is not a bad skill. It's not too slow that it's like unplayable at all. Definitely not. There's much slower skills in this game. And it's very long range. It also has a weird property. I remember it going over certain obstacles sometimes, though don't quote me on that. I don't see a lot of people use this, mainly because it has an... On contrary, King's Army Attack actually has a very short cooldown compared to this one. and that's mainly why they use the other one. Because there's a build for Iskandar, which is cancerous. Okay, next up is this counter. So, obviously I can show it, but Iskandar's... Okay, I can at least say this much. Iskandar has a counter just like everyone else, and his counters are great and shenanigans, but his is different. His counter doesn't work like any of the other counters. In how it actually... or in the hitbox. So, the hitbox, instead of being a circle around him, instead of being like a circle around him, like this circle, sort of, instead of being this circle, it's actually a front shape. It's actually a frontal shaped cone. So instead of, it won't hit behind them, or it might hit a little to the sides, but it's like a cone. So think you're here. Instead of going around you, it will hit wherever you're facing, plus a bit more distance, like sort of like this distance around. Okay, so this distance, and it's like cone shape, or not cone shaped, triangle shape. Yeah, cone, reverse cone. So instead of like going like this from where your body is, it's like this, where the tip is the furthest away, and the closer to you, the larger it gets. It's basically a reverse cone ability. So it's still a counter, it's still good, it still does counter damage, which is relatively high. There's nothing more exceptional except that. But his counter lasts the longest. I'm pretty sure he has one of the longest lasting counters in the game. I see Iskandar's F counter, and his just lasts, since he stays in counter for so long. It's hard to time it sometimes. It's really weird. It might actually be the same as some of the other characters, but for me it at least feels like his counter never drops. It stays there forever and ever. But either way, I think there's no more details about the counter out of the top of my head. None that doesn't account for lag and stuff, so... Gorgeous wheel! This is amazing. I love this skill. It's so much fun. This skill is so much fun in terms of how it looks. It's technically a rush skill. Technically, you really don't move that far, being fair. You move around and you end up like a little further ahead. It's kind of like, you start here, you're gonna be a bit further. Actually, no, you end up in the same spot. Huh. Okay, my bad. You just go around and just have fun with the chariot. This ability hits one time on a person only. By the way, warning, once they're hit once, they can't be hit again. But it has 2 times when it can be hit. It's different. When the hooves go down right there, and obviously when he's drifting. Those are 2 times this ability does damage. While he's drifting, obviously if you get hit while he's drifting, no shenanigans. But you can also take damage when the oxes just go boom. So that can also happen. So those are 2 times that ability does damage. How good is this ability? It's fun. How good it is? It's better than Conqueror's Hooves, I guess. But it's still, compared to his other much safer abilities, it's very unsafe. Because you can get him out of his skill with any long range attack or a counter or the drill. I also would like to know what the logistics are for drifting a chariot, or how does it work? How can you actually drift a chariot? That is my better question, but you know, live with it. It's fine. I'm pretty sure there's no actual big problems with the chariot drifting around the place. I can't even. I cannot even. Either way. Where was I? Right, gorgeous wheel. Okay. Now time for his drive skill. I'm gonna do it that way. I have a reason for this. So this is his drive skill. Okay. So, yes, this bullshit is global. Or global in the sector, I mean. He will go... He basically... You'll see a lot of Iskandars do this once they get dry. Which is start getting far away from people. And once they are not paying attention... Gordius wheel! Okay, my bad. And once they stop paying attention, they just go... killing you. Oh, by the way, it doesn't matter if there's a wall. He will go through the wall and he will kill you. He doesn't care while he's on drive. Okay? That technically is an interruptible... Technically speaking, you can interrupt him. I'm just gonna tell you this. With attack speed, at least, if he has attack speed. Good luck! Good luck interrupting this. That's my prerogative here. Good luck interrupting it. He will... Any Iskandar worth his salt, or just any Iskandar in general, will never use this drive outside of being a complete offensive drive of kill everyone in a line drive. He will probably kill people with this. Iskandar is probably the best character to get kills with drive skill. And he also has, in my personal opinion at least, the best drive skill in the game. By far the best drive skill in the game. It's Iskandar's. It's interruptible. It doesn't matter. It is so bullshitly good. It does not matter how, like, it doesn't matter. It's so good. And now it's time for my good old go-to fight AI and show off Iskandar gameplay instead of me being here just explaining to you how it works, how his skills work, slash his basic attacks. But yeah, I'll even, again, as per usual, I'll show you 3 active builds, what I usually do, per usual. And then we'll see. Okay, got 4 builds. Okay, either way. No, wait, that's the 3rd one. Okay, so this is, I mean, yes, it's the recommended build, technically speaking. Being fair, he technically only has 2 builds, but I'll make a 3rd just for shenanigans. This is the fun build, as I like to call it, the fun build. You can switch and then we have fun build 2. So you got fun build 1 and 2. The only difference is 1 skill, literally. You could technically take that out. I still recommend you taking it for viability, because I don't even call it a meme build, because this works. Because these 2 work. Either way, recommended build is King's Army attack, full frontal attack, Conqueror Lightning, and King's Army defend. Now, usually, I wouldn't even talk about Mystic Codes. Ever. With the character, I just go into the, you know, gameplay and move on with life. Not with Iskandar though. Because again, we're trying to show off how strong he can be. He can use Ceremonial, and being fair, with fun build, Ceremonial makes it hilarious. Literally, Ceremonial makes fun build hilarious. But this is the try-hard mode we're going here. And Dimension Sword of One is the ultimate try-hard move for Iskandar. Why? You might ask. I'll show you. Why? So Dimensional, if for those that don't know, is the cooldown reduction thing. The cooldown reduction I have Mysticode. Now, this Mysticode has some properties, but here, how bullshit can Iskandar get with, you know, there is another name for Iskandar in this game. Iskandar. I'll show you why. I forgot this. My bad. That works usually, but unfortunately I'm getting interrupted every time. I actually get it. Yeah, this is what you'll be doing every time you can. Just keep spamming these two skills, free lights. You're just gonna be doing this the whole time. Literally. Quite a bit. We'll be doing this quite a bit. And once you're... and then drive! Go ham. Then you go ham. Do whatever you want. You're on drive. Before just about everybody else and I got stunned. Doesn't matter. Your skills are really way too fast. This is what you'll be doing all day, every day with Iskandar. Like, just spam the really low cooldowns of that, and when there's someone to kill with drive and kill them. Once you're out, pop your cooldown, suction thing. Oh yeah, I told you this had a lot of range, didn't I? Yep. It's gonna keep doing this. This is literally Iskandar gameplay. There's no difference whatsoever. Maybe a bit more usage of counter and stuff, but besides that, there's not much more difference than what I'm doing. Maybe a bit more optimal play in general. That probably is also a thing. Also, you don't have a lot of trouble grabbing towers because of lightning either. So don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna steal a tower from you with lightning. Just going to drive, do your shenanigans as per usual. Keep going ham, don't let them escape. Or let them escape because by the looks of it, I didn't get there in time. This works, but I think it has to be close range. And once they're all lined up and pretty, don't do what I actually just did. But yeah, this is Iskandar in a nutshell. That's what you'll be doing all game. Spam King's Attack, spam Lightning Assault, and you'll get 7 points. See, you'll just be spamming Lightning Attack. You'll be spamming King's Assault. Make sure to put your buff, your sword buff on anytime you can. And if you're in trouble, counter. Just put yourself in counter mode. Congratulations, you're fine. Yep, that's Iskandar. Iskandar. There's also the fun build. The fun build plays very differently, but it is a lot more fun. Again, I will not show it here because, again, I'm no expert on this character at all. So I can only show you what just about everyone and their sons, daughters, mothers, whatever will do on Iskandar if they know about it, because it's ridiculous. You will. How strong that build is dumb. You will always have drive before just about anyone else. You have way too many ways to get drive. You got a buff skill. You got a counter, so you are safe. All your skills have low cooldown. Their damage might not be insane, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because they are not only such low cooldown, they have a large areas of effect, and they come out really fast. And his drive skill is by far one of the best, if not the best one. I actually think I think once to myself I was thinking who had the best drive skill. It's either him or Li Xuan who have the best drive skill. It's one of them. Iskandar for kill potential is probably better than, actually, being fair, Li Xuan is bullshit. It's hard to say who has the best drive skill. It's one of them. Top 3 is like them and Medusa, I'd say. They have the best drive skills in my opinion. Those 3 have the best drive skills. Medusa's like 3rd, but it's with some distance. With a bit of distance. Because Iskandar and Li Xuan are much better, are so good at with their drive skills. Either way, what is my rating for Iskandar? He's EX. He's definitely EX. He's just for his Spamdar alone, he's EX. If you don't use his Spamdar, he's an A. If you don't use this build, you are fine. You're like A. Or maybe S actually. You might still be S. With all the strengths you have. You might actually still be S. But with this build, he's easily EX in my opinion. It's just, there's not much you can do about it. Fighting Iskandar is a fight in patience, almost sometimes. Because there's not a lot you can do about what is bullshit. You just gotta hope. If you want to do damage to him, you just gotta hope his counter is on cooldown, which, unless we're on endgame and they're out of Mystic Codes, it's not gonna happen. Literally it isn't. He's just gonna have counter almost every time you try to do anything. And his counter hurts is really annoying to deal with usually. By more than other ones. Because of how it actually works. He is so strong. I wouldn't say he's Li Xuan strong. He can be fun though. There's a difference. There's that tryhard build and that makes him definitely EX. But the fun build is not as bullshit. But it's more fun in my opinion to use. Either way, it's your choice what you use. But in the end, Iskandar gets an EX for all the above and reasons. Not as good as Li Xuan, but he's still EX, in my opinion at least. Make your own opinion afterwards. Anyways, that's one character down. Next, I wonder. Let's see. Sorry, my hand's a little